I'm going to give you a quick tour of how Sonic Core's Scope Xite 1 works. It can be a difficult product to initially wrap your head around. It's very different than a normal audio interface, a synthesizer, a mixer, and so on. In fact, it can be all these things at the same time and more. I use Scope with Sonar 7 on Windows XP. I know that in 2011 that's a little bit dated, but I have a lot of other applications and reasons for doing that. So what we have here is a default view of Scope when you open it. You see these boxes connected with wires. You see on the left we have inputs, and on the right we have outputs. And in the middle we have this mixer. Double-clicking on the mixer brings up the interface for the mixer. You can see I'm on channel 1 with my microphone. There are several models and sizes of mixers to work with, some very simple, some very complex with many more inputs, surround panding, 8 aux sends, etc. I tend to use the 1632 just because it has direct outputs on each channel, which I use for recording. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a synthesizer. Under this menu is a list of synths, and I'm going to choose the Prophet 5. And you can see the Prophet 5 right here, and it routed the audio to the left and right inputs of this mixer. And I'm going to take the external MIDI input of the Xite box and route it to the Prophet 5. And here's the Prophet 5, and now I can reach over to my keyboard, and that's the Prophet 5. So it's pretty simple. The Xite interface has multiple inputs and outputs, audio, analog, digital AES, and ADAT, which can also be used as optical SPDIF. It also has XLR microphone inputs on the front and a headphone jack. And then I have my MIDI keyboard plugged into the MIDI input, and that enables me to play all these sounds, and then the analog output of the box goes to a mixer, and I use the headphones for monitoring as well, which can have a different mix than the main analog outs. So here's the Prophet 5, and what I'm going to do is just show you some of the presets that are just available right out of the box. Now what you're hearing is you're only hearing one voice at a time. What I can do over here, which shows all the devices, is I can allocate more voices to this synth. So now I can play 8 voices at once. I'll be able to play chords. Let's see what else we have. So there's some sounds from the Prophet 5. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to close the window for that, and I'm going to add an effect to the Prophet 5. So I'll double click on the mixer, and you can see there's 2 boxes here for insert effects. If you just right click, you can insert any one of the effects that's available. I'm going to insert the RMX 160, which is a delay modulation type effect, kind of a retro interface here. I'm just going to pull up a preset. Let's grab long. And I'm going to insert another effect. This time I'm going to insert a compressor. So even if I close those windows, those devices still stay active in the mixer. So that's a brief tour of just kind of how the whole Sonic Core Scope Xite works. There you have it. Thanks for watching.